Hi, I'm Miss Hogan, and I'm here to walk families through how to access your students' back to school night roster and how to access all of the Zoom links for back to school night on Thursday, 9/24 from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Carver E&S. Okay, so you'll see to the right here that we have a schedule, right? So you'll see here we have a schedule of times. You're going to have a welcome starting at 5 p.m. And then basically you're going to follow your student schedule from advisory through 8th period. In advance, your student should have made a student roster that's going to help you do this, and I'm going to walk you through how to use it. So what you'll need. You're going to need your students' back to school night roster. Students should be creating those in advisory and in classes in the days leading up to back to school night. You'll need a Zoom account. All of the virtual back to school night classes will be held on Zoom. And you are recommended to have, but certainly not required to have, headphones. So let's talk about a couple of Zoom norms. So I know we're all getting more and more comfortable with dealing with virtual interactions, whether it's Zoom or Meet or whatever else, but let's walk through just in case. So since most of the time in these back to school night rooms there will be a lot of people, we're going to ask that you make sure your microphone is on mute, right? So if your microphone looks like this, right, where it has the line through the mic, that's great. If it doesn't, you're going to want to click mute so that you mute yourself. The exception would be if you're speaking directly to the teacher or presenter, but background noise from everyone is really distracting. So if you can have your mic on mute, that would be awesome. You're also welcome to have your camera on, right, which would look like this, right? But if you want to have it off, that's totally fine as well. And if you'd like to speak and there are a lot of people in the room, the convention that we use at our school is that you type stack in the chat. So essentially that's the Zoom equivalent of taking a number at the deli. It lets the teacher or presenter know that you'd like to speak, and it allows everyone to get to speak in the order that they requested. So let's see what these rosters look like that you'll be following. So this is a blank roster, right? Your student should have one filled out for you, and we'll walk through that in a sec. So in this blank roster, you'll see the schedule, and you'll also see a spot for all the Zoom links and syllabus links for various teachers. A few of the links are going to be on the schedule before your student does anything. The Welcome with Dr. Domers is the same link for everyone, and our guidance counselors and nurse have links at the bottom in case you need them. So let's walk through a sample student roster schedule, and I'll show you what happens when you click on the links. So this is the fake roster I made for a student called Captain McAwesome. So Captain's schedule, he's going to start out at the Zoom that is the welcome, right? And everybody's going to start there. So when you click on this Zoom link, Zoom's going to pop up. Now, if you have the Zoom app on your computer or phone, it'll transfer to the app when you click that. And I'm going to go ahead and join this meeting. I'm going to click Join with Computer Audio. And what you'll notice is that the host has already set it to have me muted to begin with. The reason it says that I'm muted now is because I highlighted this, and also because it hears me talking to you. So you can start your video and you can start your audio by doing these things. If for right now, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and leave because I don't need to be here, but I wanted to show you how it would work. All right, so let's go back to, sorry, wrong window. Let's go back to here. So I clicked the Zoom link. I went to the welcome. At the end of the welcome at 5:20, I'm going to leave the welcome and I'm going to click the next Zoom link to go to advisory with Mr. Fehrenbach and so on. You'll notice that for the classes that are not just a welcome or an advisory, you'll see a syllabus in this column. If you click on the syllabus, you're going to be able to see the student's syllabus for that particular course. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this one as a sample. So this is Miss Barkis' syllabus for that first period class, right? And then I'll see a PDF of this and be able to look it over. As you go through the course of your student schedule, you're going to click on the next Zoom link at the next time, and if you want to look at the syllabus, you can open that to do so, right? So you can do that all day. When you get to lunch for your student, you have a 10-minute break. You can either use that to just decompress and not be on a screen, which probably sounds pretty lovely at this point, or you can use it to visit one of our counselors or the nurse if you need to. In general, that's the basic way that you're going to follow this schedule. Keep in mind that this back to school night is a 10-minute introduction in every class. It's not intense one-on-one meetings with parents and families just because there's not time for that at back to school night. That'll be something that we see when we do report card conferences later in the year.